All right, gonna get started here for this Uber webinar. Uber one-on-one, trying to get you guys on the road, get you started as soon as possible, um, and basically so you guys can start earning more money, more cash in your pocket. All right. So basically, what's going to happen is when you open up your app on your phone, either you can sign in with your email and your password that you used to create it. It's going to be a red icon, and it's going to say Uber Partner. You're going to tap into that. You're going to sign in with your email address as well as your password, or your username and your password. And when you sign in there, it's going to come up with the uh, application, and you're going to see a button that says go online. Whenever you're ready, you can press that button and actually start your trips. When you see the map with your car on it, you're ready to accept it and trip. You'll see the circle right here in this third icon, this third picture. You'll see a circle. You'll get 15 seconds to accept that trip. Once you accept that trip, it is then yours. You're protected under Uber's insurance policy. So while you're driving on our Uber platform, we got you covered basically. As soon as you accept the trip, you'll be covered under our insurance, which is 1.5 in commercial monies and insurance liabilities. So the commercial policy works as 1.5 million of limited of liability coverage per incident, 1.5 million of uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage per incident, 50,000 of contingent comprehensive and collision insurance, as well as 50,000 to 100,000 to 25,000 of contingent. So that basically calculates to 1.5 million. You'll see here that when you on a trip and how the insurance works, you'll be able to go to t.uber.com/. When you are on the trip, you'll be insured as well as with Uber's insurance. You have your personal insurance, and then you have Uber's insurance for when you are actually on a trip. So keeping track. Basically, you'll be able to keep track of your dashboard. What you'll be able to do is log into partners.uber.com. That'll basically bring up your summary, your trips, your rewards, your profiles, your invites, your vehicles, your payment statements, anything you need help with. That dashboard will be able to bring that up for you. All right. Basically, what you're going to see there is everything as far as like earnings. How much money did you make today, or how much money did you make for the week? You'll be able to see that. When you go ahead and you refer someone, you'll be able to see that as well. The dashboard does everything for you. It calculates everything for you. Any questions that you might need answers with, you will see there on partners.uber.com. So as far as safety, I know a lot of riders or drivers will say, hey, am I safe? Or I'm a woman, am I safe? Is it safe for me to drive? It is. We value our drivers a lot, and we also value our riders. But the relationship with our partners, we provide the elevated experience for riders have to come to expect every trip request. So ensuring partners consistently feel safe and respected is our top priority. All right. The drivers get to rate the riders to give you guys control. After the trip, say for instance, if you had an incident or you want to say something good about that rider, you'll be able to go ahead and rate them. No random pickups, so you feel safe and you feel at ease. So basically, when you go ahead and somebody requests you, or you say for instance you're using it as a rider and you request somebody else, it's not random. All right, you know this person by the plate number, you know what car they're driving, you know their name. All right, you also see a photo of them, so therefore it is safe. Okay, it's a cashless exchange, so you don't have to worry about taking money from the rider, or the rider doesn't have to worry about taking funds from you because it's cashless. The app does everything for you. The app is going to calculate how much money the rider is going to be paying. That riders are going to be paying the money before they actually get out of the car. So everything is done for you. You don't have to feel like you're unsafe because you have cash on you or you have money in your pocket. All of that is covered. So you're going to maximize your earnings. Peak earning times and driver referrals. This driving referrals is a really good way to get money on our platform. So when you go ahead and you refer someone and they complete 50 trips, you then can receive $500 for those trips. Now it varies via region. So it might be 500 in New Jersey, but in Virginia it might be 300 or it might be $100. So it varies per state to state. But if you do refer someone and they complete 50 trips, you will receive $500. The best time to drive: Monday through Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., as well as 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Those are our peak hours. That is rush hour. Thursday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., and then 4 p.m. to 3 a.m. Friday kicks off the weekend. People are out. They want to party. So that is basically a good time to drive on Thursday and Friday. Saturday, of course, all day, 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. A lot of people are off of work. A lot of people work standard 9 to 5 Monday through Friday jobs. So Saturday, they're out. They want to be picked up. They want to be dropped off, wherever the case may be. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. That ends the weekend. So, well, it starts the week. So therefore, people are heading at home early. Those are busy times. As crazy as it sounds, when the weather is cold, when it's raining, it's a demand for drivers. We have this thing called surge. You're able to get more money when you go ahead and you work when it's raining outside. Different events, concerts, sporting events, festivals. Halloween was just here, and it's one of the biggest events for Uber's platform. New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day. So just be mindful of those holidays and those times, and earn when you can. Earn when those times are around, because you'll definitely make money. Rush hour and late night, of course, weekday rush hour, when the bars are open and when they are closing. So on your app, you'll be able to see supply maps as well as surge pricing. Red, yellow, and orange. It's basically a heat map. All right, so you'll be able to see the surge price, and it'll say anywhere from 1.25 or 1.3 or 2.0, 3.0. It just depends on the time of the day, depends on where you are, and it depends on the demand. So once you're online, the map within the Uber Partner app will glow to certain colors. Like I said, it's a heat map. So yellow is moderate demand, orange is high demand, and red is where it is actually surging. So your surge zones, the number in the red surge zones indicates the surge multiplier in that zone. So on your left-hand side, where you see the 1.2, is basically where it is surging. So if you're in that area and you pick up in that area, that is the price you will actually be receiving. So I'm going to do Q&A. I'm going to answer some questions that you might have. I'm going to answer the frequently asked questions first, and then if you have any other questions, you can always comment down at the end of this webinar, and I'll be able to answer them there for you. All right. How long should you wait for an Uber? You should wait at least 5 minutes for any ride, just because we want to give that rider time to get out the house or get out of wherever they are to get into the vehicle. If you have waited more than 5 minutes, you will go ahead and you'll be compensated $5. That changes from region and state to state as well. So it might be $5 here, but it might be $7 somewhere else. But in the state of New Jersey, it is $5. So if you arrive to a location to pick up a rider, and say, for instance, they haven't shown in 5 minutes, and it's been 6 to 7 minutes, you can cancel that ride and you will receive $5. You'll no-show that ride, and you will receive $5. What if there are multiple stops and the rider changes the destination? If there are multiple stops on a trip, that's fine, because you get paid off of time and you get paid off of distance. So as long as the trip is running and as long as that rider knows where they're going, you'll definitely get paid off of that time and of that distance. All right. When it comes to now on the app, there's a feature where the rider can add a stop. So the rider can always change the destination in their app, and they can also add a stop in their app. So the time that you're putting into it, you'll definitely be paid for it. We don't want all our drivers to be doing work and not getting paid for it, because we know time is money. So you'll definitely get paid for that. What if a rider makes a mess in my car? Happens all the time. You're, let's say for instance, you're working during rush hour and people have coffee, or say for instance you're working where it's a weekend and you're picking somebody up from a bar. People, they have accidents all the time. So if they make a mess, you should take a picture of it and email it to us. You'll email it to. You can do this through your app. You'll go into your app on the trip that you have. You'll click on trip history. And what you'll do there in trip history, you'll go to the trip and you'll say, hey, a rider left a mess. You'll take a picture of the mess, and we will go ahead and we'll request a cleaning fee. We'll give you your cleaning fee in 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. You should receive that. What if too many people try to get in my car? It happens all the time. You'll pick up one person, and they'll say, hey, I got two other people coming. As long as there's as many seatbelts, as long as there's as many riders. If you have 7 seatbelts and you have 5 riders, that is fine. If you have 4 seatbelts and you have 3 riders, that is fine. Politely explain that you can only fit as many people as you have seatbelts in your vehicle. You can encourage that group to request a second Uber, or you can tell them to request an XL Uber, which is of our higher rates, but it's an Uber that can sit up to 7 passengers. So that is something you can also do. Can you explain the difference between Uber X, XL, Black, and SUV? Alright, so there's different classes. Uber X is basically your basic sedan, alright? That's your most basic option. That is for your 4-door vehicle. It's private plated, private insured. The average person in New Jersey is driving an Uber X vehicle. Uber XL is for anything that can seat up to 7 passengers. That's your Honda Pilots. That is your Honda, Honda Pilots, but anything like MDX, Acura MDX, those are anything that can sit up to 7 passengers, and that has 7 seat belts. So basically that's private as well. Uber Black and Uber SUV is more of our Uber Black car service. And for that, you would need commercial plates, commercial insurance, which covers $1.5 million in coverage, as well as it has to be a black-on-black luxury vehicle. The year of that vehicle has to be a 2011 or newer. So that's more for the commercial drivers who want to get into Uber Black and Uber SUV. But for the standard, the basic New Jersey driver, you're going to be driving Uber X or Uber XL. How do I get paid? How much can I expect to earn? The fare for every trip is calculated by Uber, and payments are made via direct deposit. So you get 75% of the fare. Uber takes 25% of the fare. That is how all fares are calculated. All right, you come home with 75% of what you make. All right, and Uber is going to take the 25% of the fare. All right, and then you get direct deposit every week. Okay, earnings depend on when and how often you drive. So if you're putting in work and you're driving, let's say every day of the week, then you will see your monies reflect that. So 75, 25, the tolls are included in the fare. So if you're going to go somewhere and say, for instance, you're dropping someone off in New York, the tolls are going to be included in that fare. Then you will be reimbursed when you get paid on Thursday. Can I have my spouse or another passenger in my vehicle? When riders request a trip, their expectation is to fit as many passengers in a vehicle as allowed. So if somebody requests you and say, for instance, your wife or your husband is, in the car with you, it kind of makes them feel uncomfortable. So that is not something that we do allow. When you take a taxi, the taxi cab man is not going to be with his wife in the front seat. So we don't allow for other riders and other passengers to be in the vehicle when you are operating on our platform. How do taxes work? So partners are independent contractors. With that being said, you will get a 1099 at the end of the year. All right, you're responsible for filing and paying your own taxes at the end of the year. So we don't provide tax advice because you are an individual sole. But when it comes to taxes, we'll just point you and direct you to your local H&R Block, your TurboTax, or your local accountant will help you with Where can I drive? New Jersey drivers can drive anywhere in the state of New Jersey, whether it's South Jersey, North Jersey, Central Jersey. You can drive anywhere in the state of New Jersey. Connecticut, you can drive anywhere in the state of Connecticut, and you can drive in the city of Philadelphia. Just the city. You won't be able to drive in Pittsburgh. You won't be able to go to Allentown. You can only pick up and drop off in the city of Philadelphia. You can drop off in New York City, but you cannot pick up. I do repeat, you can drop off in New York, but you cannot pick up in New York due to TLC regulations and things of that nature. Who pays for tolls? I touched on this a few seconds ago, but you are required to pay the toll on the way there. Then Uber will go ahead and reimburse you for all the tolls that you have paid for. To say, for instance, you drop somebody off into New York, you're going to pay the toll going, but initially you're paying the toll, but it's going to come out of that rider's account. So when the ride is completed, that rider will be paying for that toll. So you'll get reimbursed for those tolls on Thursday. Do I have to log a minimum number of hours? No, you do not. As an independent contractor, you are your own boss. You make your own hours. Whenever you want to work, whenever you want to earn money, just turn on the app and go online. You don't have to answer to anybody. It's basically whenever you want to work. If you want to work from 9 to 1, you can. If you want to work for only 1 hour, you can. It's basically you earn when you're online. When you're not online, that's your free time. You can do whatever you want to do. All right. We want you guys to at least do one trip every 30 days. And that's just to keep your account active. It's just for that, just to keep it active. And that's about it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to answer any questions that I did not touch base on. So if you have any questions, you could just go down and I'll be able to answer them for you. So thank you guys for saying hi. I appreciate it. Gonna go along. How long do you have to be driving till you get that fast deposit? All right, so you have to at least be driving for. It depends. You have to at least be driving for a week. So if you started driving on a Wednesday, all right. Say for instance you start driving today, which is a Friday. You'll get direct deposit next Thursday. So I hopefully that answers your question, Johnny Blaze. You'll get direct deposit next Thursday, either Wednesday or Thursday. It depends on your bank and what bank you have, but Wednesday or Thursday. Is there any way to avoid female passengers in my car? There is not. You don't know who you're going to get until you receive the request. So there's no way to avoid female passengers or male passengers. It's no way to get around that. I mean, that's a hard one, but there's no way you can get around that. Sorry about that, George. Do I need insurance or is it optional? You need your personal insurance, definitely. If you're just driving, around New Jersey without insurance, that's a high risk for tickets. That's a high risk to get arrested. But you do need your personal insurance. So, like I said, you have your personal insurance for, say, for instance, when you're not earning, when you're not online with us. But we also have insurance when you are on a trip with Uber. I know there are some rideshare programs that insurances do allow. I know there are some that some don't. We have a partnership with Farmers. They come to our office all the time. They offer insurance because some insurance companies do not. But you definitely do need your own personal insurance. Definitely. How can I label my vehicle at XL type truck? How can I label my vehicle at XL type truck? Depending on how many seatbelts you have and how many passengers it can seat up to. So you can probably have a Jeep, but the Jeep probably only seats up to 5 passengers. That XL is a 7-passenger vehicle. That vehicle has 2 rows in the back, Johnny Blaze. So XL is going to be anything that can seat up to 7 passengers. Abe Sherman. All right, let me get down to this. What exactly do you get reinvents for tolls, the Cash Money Pass? So Easy Pass, I think that it's an easy way to definitely pay for tolls. So if you have an Easy Pass, that's a plus. What you're gonna do is, go to Easy Pass, or you can do that online, order one online. But if you do have an Easy Pass, I know for some hours, say for instance, if you're going to New York, they have off peak hours and they have on peak hours. They do have discounts. So I know if you're paying cash, you're paying $15 to go into the city. But if you have an Easy Pass, it's either $10.50 or $12.50. So that's a plus to have an Easy Pass. Did the presentation? Yes, Alicia, the presentation has begun. But if you have any questions, you can go down into your comment section and just ask, and I'll be able to answer for you. Can you change your location? I'm not sure. Can you change your location? Depending on, I need a little bit more from that question, Maurice. You can change your location. Or do you mean from state to state? Like, say, for instance, if you move, if you relocate? Yes, you can. It is quick and it is easy to do so. I'm not sure if that's what you mean. You can ask that question again so I can go ahead and get down to the bottom of it. Can you get paid that day instead of every week? But Begal Tucker. Yes, yes, you can get paid every day. We have a option to get instant pay. That's basically when you can direct your money to your account every day, depending on the bank that you have. So some banks allow you to, let's say, get your money every day. Some banks you'll have to wait one day. But yes, you can. We have that option now, and you're able to get your money every day. Do they expect to change the requirement about driving in PA? I live right around across the bridge and more often in PA. Can I apply for the ability to drive in PA? Yes, you can, Matthew. You can go ahead and sign in. I'm going to put this link into the comment section. Help.uber.com. And what you'll do at help.uber.com, it'll basically go ahead and show you how to change wherever you are or change your account. So you can go and you can say, hey, I have a New Jersey account, but I want to drive in PA, or I want to drive in Delaware, or I want to drive in Connecticut. So since you do live in PA, I think it would be better for you to just change your account from New Jersey to Pennsylvania. What are car requirements again for Uber Black? So the car requirements for Uber Black for New Jersey, they have to be limousine plated. So that is OL plates. OL plates with commercial insurance as well as commercial registration. That car is a luxury car. It's a black on black vehicle. And it is OL plated, and it is a 2011 or newer. For Uber Black car service, it's a little more going into it, just because the money coming out of it is a little bit more. All right, those fares are a little bit higher, but that is how they are calculated. That is the requirements for Uber Black, Maurice. All right, so DJ Sienna Chanel. Hey, so I only sent in my car info and downloaded the app. What else do I have to do to be ready to drive? You can try signing on to your app and see what the message gives you. Hopefully it says that, hopefully you're able to actually go online. But you can try signing in, DJ Sienna, and see if it allows you to go online to actually receive a trip, or if it does not. If it does not, you can also go to help.uber.com, which I placed in the link. I'll put it back in there again. And ask the questions to see what is going on with your account. Somebody will be able to help you there. In order to see the hotspots map, do you have to go online? You can allow notifications. So prior to going online, they'll send you notifications like, hey, Giovanni, it's surging here, it's surging there. Prices are higher in demand in this area. So it will allow you to do that without even going online. All right. J. What's going on with the consumer department? All the complaints I've been hearing and reading about. I'm gonna just pass that one on. This is basically trying to get you guys, to get online, to start driving, to start earning some money. We see that you guys have been active for some time, but you guys just don't have, I don't know if you don't have the ability or just not doing it, or if you need a little bit more information. I'm here to give you more information on how to get online. And if you have any questions, you can go just down in the comment section and ask me. I'll be able to answer those questions. I thought Uber commission is 20%. That has changed as of October 12th, 2015. So after October 12th, 2015, the commission went from 80-20 to now 75% to 25%. So you receive 75% of the fare. Uber takes 25% of that fare. Right. Hopefully that answers your question, Maurice. Johnny Blaze. You have 3 rows. Well, you'll be considered for an XL vehicle. I live in New Jersey and can't pick up in NYC, but can I pick up and drop off in NY State? You cannot pick up in NY State, all right? All of New York State, whether you go to Rochester, whether you go to Westchester, whether you go to Buffalo, whether you go to... It's all regulated with the TLC. So you can drop off in anywhere of New York State and New York City, but you cannot pick up, Anthony. So that is basically how they're regulated. They're regulated through the TLC. They have strict requirements. So you're not able to pick up. You're only able to drop off. Is there a way to avoid driving in New York? Sometimes there isn't a way around it, Yolanda. Unfortunately, a lot of people ask those questions, and a lot of people are wondering, like, hey, I don't want to go to New York. I'm not a good New York driver. But there is no way around it. I apologize about that, or there is no way to avoid it. Sorry about that. George Matthews says, if I put a dual dash cam in my car, is it legal in New Jersey? Yes, should I need consent from the passenger? All right. The thing is, you can have a dual dash cam in your vehicle. You just have to let the passenger know that you will be recording and see if it is okay if you do. A lot of drivers do that just because they feel like their safety. They want to be safe and better than sorry. So a lot of them do add the dual dash cams in their vehicle. You can add it. Just make sure you let the passenger know that they are being recorded, and let them get consent from them. All right. All right, Gus. Fringe Chick-fil-A. I came in late, so if I get a ride request and they want to go to NYC, do I take them? Yes, you do, Gus. You can drop off in New York City. But when you do take that person to New York, you will have to come back to Jersey to continue operating your vehicle. So you can definitely go ahead and drop them off. But in order to completely continue earning, you will have to come back to New Jersey to continue doing that. How can I know I'm X or X pool? I'm guessing this is saying, how can I know if it's going to be an X trip or a pool trip? So when you see this circle, I'm going to go back to this. When you see this circle right here on my right hand side, you see the bottom of it and it says 1 minute and where that person is. On the bottom of the address where they are, it's going to say Uber X, Uber Pool, Uber whatever. It'll let you know what kind of trip it is. It's going to let you know if it's an Uber X trip or if it is an Uber Pool trip. All right, Possum, I hope that answers your question. All right, so back to Maurice. Yes, from state to state temporarily. Yes, so you can do that. So it's one of those things that you will have to go ahead and email us, let us know, like, hey, I'm going to be in, say, for instance, Miami, and I'm driving down to Miami for a few months. I'm going to be there for a few months. You can get your account changed from New Jersey to Miami or New Jersey to Delaware for a few months. Now, the thing is, from state to state, Maurice, is that it varies um, for credentials. So when you get to Miami, you might need, say, for instance, a inspection sticker. For New Jersey, you don't need one, but in Miami, you might need one. So it does vary from state to state. Make sure you read all the requirements for a Miami account or whatever state you're going to. Make sure you read the requirements for those accounts to see if you're qualified, and then you can go ahead and you can change your city or whatever your profile is from. All right, Alicia. I hope it's Alicia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hi, can you explain the payout for an Uber driver? All right, so the pay goes as this. You get 75% of the fare, all right? And Uber takes 25% of the fare, all right? So you'll be able to see the fares once the trip is completed. So once the trip is completed, you'll see, okay, John paid $20 for this trip, all right? You'll see the end in what you're coming home with before you even get paid. You get direct deposit every week. So you'll see how much the fare was calculated for, how much we charge John, how much you're going to be getting. All of that is calculated in the app for you. Like I said, you can go to partners.uber.com. I'm going to put that back into the comment section. Partners.uber.com can answer all of your questions. Here's another one, help.uber.com. You can sign in there, and that can answer other things as well. All right, so hopefully that answered your question, Alicia, of how you get paid, how much money you're getting, things of that nature. All right, so Geneva, how do you get paid every day? What's the feature called? How do you go about it? So, in order to qualify to get paid every day, you must complete 25 trips. All right, so once you complete the 25 trips, they'll go ahead, they'll email you, they'll text you, and they'll say, hey, want to qualify for instant pay? You'll qualify for that. You can add your debit card into partners.uber.com, that link I just sent, partners.uber.com, and they'll be able to go ahead and get you started with how to get paid every week. Every day, how to get paid every day. You can cash out your earnings there. It's pretty easy to get to that. Matthew Fields, I don't live in PA, okay. Can someone else who was also an Uber driver use my vehicle? Yes, someone can. So, people can use anybody else's vehicle. All right. The thing is that they have to be listed as a driver on that insurance policy. So, Jessica, say for instance, it's your vehicle, right? And you have your husband or your friend or whoever, your daughter, your cousin, they want to use your vehicle. The registration can be in anybody's name, but whoever wants to utilize your vehicle, their name will have to be located on the insurance policy, listed as a driver. So yes, anybody can use your vehicle. If passengers say do not use the dual dash cam, what should you do? It is best to actually not use it if that's the passenger's request. Some passengers don't have a problem with it, but some do. And like I said, if you have any issues, say for instance with a rider in the vehicle, you can go ahead and you can report that through the trip history in your app. They'll be able to report if you had an issue with a passenger. But if they don't want you to use it, then we want you to respect their wishes and not use it, George. Do I need a TLC plate to drive in New York? Yes, you do. Everybody in New York has to have TLC plates if they want to drive in New York. If they want to pick up in New York, you have to be regulated through the TLC. So yes, you do need a TLC plate. DJ Almighty Mix. Do Uber passengers see my cell number when I accept their ride? No, they do not. There's something called a Twilio. Basically, a Twilio number It's a mock number, and nobody can see your information, Gus. Nobody will be able to see your phone number. But they can call or contact you through a Twilio number. It is not going to have your personal number there, but they can call or contact you through a Twilio number. How is it that you can get paid every day? I'm not sure if I answered your question already, Giovanni, because somebody else just asked this. But you'll be able to qualify after 25 trips to get paid every day through a program called Instant Pay with GoBank. You'll be able to qualify there. Once you qualify, you'll be able to cash out every day. You can add your personal debit card, and you'll be able to cash out every day. Hopefully, I answered your question, Giovanni. Elisha, I'm sorry. If a passenger wants to go to New York City, how will the toll fees be paid and reimbursed? So the thing is that when you're going to New York City, you are required to pay that toll going there. You will get reimbursed on your statement when you get direct deposit on that Wednesday or that Thursday. Because it's going to come out, the rider is paying for the toll. But on the way there, you will have to pay it, and everything will be calculated. Then when the rider pays that fare, you'll see that that money comes right into your account. So everything is reimbursed. So if you go ahead and you pay for it, you're going to be reimbursed. Jessica, I lost connection, so I didn't hear your response. Can another Uber driver use my vehicle although they are not on the insurance? No. They cannot use it if they're not on the insurance. In order to use it, they will have to be located on the insurance policy, Jessica. Hopefully you hear me this time. But they will have to be located on the insurance policy. That is just one of our requirements. All Uber drivers who want to use somebody else's vehicle or vehicle needs to be located on the Uber insurance policy. All right? There's no way to know ahead of time the rider's desired destination is NYC. There isn't a way, but this the reason why you've got the ability to call or contact that rider, Mary, to see where they are going if you want to do that. But we don't want to not take riders just because if they are going to New York City. We want you guys to earn money, right? We want you guys to start earning. And the longer the trip, the better the money because it goes off of time and of distance. So we want you to take those trips, Mary. But if it is a emergency and it is a need that you do not want to go there, you don't have to. You can call the rider. You can cancel the trip, whatever it is. Are there any special requirement or instructions to pick up and drop off at Newark Airport? No, there isn't. There aren't any requirements. There aren't any instructions. You can go there. You can operate. I got into this last week. You actually can pick up and drop off in Terminal B and in Terminal C. Terminal A is technically Elizabeth, so we want you to be cautious there. We want you to be real careful when going to Terminal A. But you can definitely pick up and drop off in Terminal B or Terminal C. Can I accept New Jersey only? Yeah, so Pasem, you can work in all of New Jersey. You can accept New Jersey. And the thing is that people get in the cars, they want to go to New York. You can't go to New York and you can't pick up, but you can definitely drop off there. All right. I drop off in Manhattan. Will I get a new ride request or do I need to go offline? So the thing, Gus, that's a good question. So, you could drop off in Manhattan, right? When you go back on your trip or you go back onto the app is not even going to allow you to pick up somebody else. All right? The GPS knows you're in New York City. So, therefore, the app is going to know you're in New York City. The app is going to say, hey, you're not allowed to operate your vehicle in this area. So, it's going to force you back to New Jersey in order to keep driving. Is all XLs need commercial plates? No, XL vehicles do not need commercial plates. Only black cars, black car service. Only black cars need commercial plates. Only SUVs need commercial plates. I'm actually going to put this link down here. So you're going to go to driveuberandj.com. All right. When you go to driveuberandj.com, it's going to bring up the products. And those products are going to bring, matter of fact, I'll bring it up for you. Those products are going to bring our vehicle requirements and our vehicle list. All right. So this should answer your question. This should answer your question about Antonio. That link I just put in there, that should answer your question about the XLs needing commercial plates. No, all XL cars do not need commercial plates. You can drive a private XL vehicle, all right? But black cars, they do need commercial plates. How do I contact the rider using a Twilio number? All right, so I'm going to send this out. This is another informative link that you guys should use. It's going to show you how to call or contact the rider. All right, Gus, I think this would be very useful for you. I think you're ready to get on the road. Hopefully we can get you on as soon as possible. This is a video. This shows how to pick up, how to drop off, how to contact, how to cancel, how to do all those things, how to be courteous, it shows everything in this video. It's 15 minutes, but it's very informative. Very, very, very informative. Make sure you watch that video, Gus. I think it will answer your questions about how to, contact that rider in the Twilio. How many trips do I need to accept? Gus, 25. 25 trips, Gus, is what you need to do in order to get to get paid every day, to be able to cash out every day. What is the priority of Uber pool destination? Who should go first? The first one picked up or the closest one? So the thing is, J-Lo, or J-Loose. The thing is, when you get Uber pool trips, all right, I might have been the second person to be picked up, but my destination might be closer than the first person you picked up. So the app is going to, the map, the GPS is going to know whoever's closest. So you're going to drop the closest person off first, and whoever's furthest, you're going to take them last. I'm sorry. It goes according. It doesn't go according to who gets in the car first. It goes according to the destination, who's closest. So we'll get them there. That's basically how it will go. All right. That's how Uber Pool is. That's how they operate. If I drop someone in NYC and someone from there need an Uber and see me, can I pick them up? No, you cannot, Mikado. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Mikado. You cannot pick up somebody in New York, all right? If they see that you're an Uber driver and you just drop somebody off. If you are not valid, if you do not have the credentials, that is not something you want to do, all right? TLC Commission, they're big. And they charge a lot of fines and a lot of citations for, people picking up and who are not supposed to be picking up. So I wouldn't do it. I do not encourage you to do it. That is not something you would want to do, Mikado. So no, you cannot pick up someone, even if they see that you're an Uber driver. You're not able to do that. Tierra Spa. Right, this is... Do we send Uber t-shirts? No, we do not. We don't send Uber t-shirts. Hopefully we can get back into that. We can give you guys some Uber gear, but unfortunately we do not send Uber t-shirts. I apologize about that. Oh man, I've seen Uber drivers use different navigation systems besides Uber. Does that change anything like TripFare? No, DJ Sienna, it does not. You can use whatever you want. You can use Google Maps, you can use Waze. It doesn't change the TripFare. You want to use whatever is most accurate, basically. So a lot of people use Waze because they let you know where traffic is. They let you know where cops are. They let you know where accidents are. So that might be conducive for you. but Google Maps might be conducive for somebody else. But we do not. The trip fare will not change, so you can use whatever GPS you want, but the trip fare is not going to change. Micah, please let Uber know some of us are broke. We need to get paid daily to pay for gas. Can I do 25 trips? Yes, you can, Gus. You can do 25 trips in a day. All right. You can definitely do 25 trips in a day. You can do it in 2 days. You'll be able to. I feel like you're ready to go. I feel like you're ready and willing to get on the road today, Gus. Um, it's funny seeing you again at this webinar, but I do feel like you're ready to go. You can definitely do 25 trips in a day. Once you do your 25 trips, it's going to take 24 hours for you to get approved for the instant pay, but it'll be coming right around the corner. Trust me on that one. If I'm on vacation, can I drive? Depending on where you are. Um, Depends on if you went down to, Jersey Shore. Of course you can drive. If you go to, I don't know. It depends on where you are, Charles. Um, like I said, if you're in North Jersey, you live in Central Jersey, but you just went down the shore for the weekend and that's your vacation. Hey, yeah, you can go online and earn some money. But if you went to Denver, Colorado, if you drove to Denver, um, I don't think we'll be able to do that. So how do we get the Uber gear to start and look professional? All right, Tierra, I'm gonna see what we can do about that. Um, See if we can go ahead and get you something. You can go to help.uber.com and email about the Uber gear. We don't have anything here, but you will look professional in your own gear. As long as you're presentable, as long as you're nice, you smell good, you should be fine. You really don't need anything that says Uber on it. You don't need any logos. I just have this because I'm I work here, so that's why. But you don't need any logos. You don't need anything that says Uber on the car. People will know it's you by your plate number. So, are there mystery drivers out there? Denise, I don't know what you mean by mystery drivers. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Will there ever be an option that you can only accept a certain gender? As I feel like many women driver avoid the nighttime for this reason. Um, there isn't an option. We don't want to discriminate by gender for Uber, so there isn't an option. Honestly, we have a lot of women drivers, Nicole. A lot of women drivers. I said this last week, but we had an event here, and it was for women drivers, and like at least 250 women drivers showed up. Um, I honestly feel like you guys are the safest, more than the men, to be honest with you. But there isn't an option to take a certain gender. Um, we don't have that, unfortunately. But you will be safe. You'll be safe. You can always report something in the trip history. Say, for instance, if you did take somebody somewhere, everything is tracked. Everything is if you as soon as your GPS is on, all of that information is tracked. You can trace everything. So you shouldn't have any problems. Hopefully you don't have any problems, but you should definitely be safe, Nicole. Do I get more money if there's traffic on a trip? Yes, because if it's time and distance, you'll definitely be paid for both that time and that distance, Mikado. So the longer the trip, the more money. All right. By end of year, did you get 1099 and you have to pay it? Yes, Chumi Gabriel. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. By end of the year, you do get a 1099. Once you get your 1099, then you'll be able to go ahead and to file your taxes. How does Uber know if I pay a toll to get from MetLife Stadium to Jersey City? I could take the turnpike, which the rider will prefer, or local roads. So everything is calculated through the GPS. So the GPS is already going to know when you went through a toll. GPS is then going to everything is incorporated. All right, everything is incorporated. Everything is calculated through the GPS. So if you went through a toll and the GPS is tracking that, we will definitely know that you went through the toll. All right, the system is uniquely designed for all of this. It was well thought. It was well processed. So we'll know. We'll be able to pull up a trip and see that you went through a toll on the turnpike, or you went through a toll in Garden State Parkway. All of it is calculated. It was uniquely designed. Trust me, guys. I have a driver next to me. His question is if he picks up an Uber pool passenger and he demands to skip the other passenger, is he able to kick him out because he? No, no. We don't want you to kick anybody out. So the thing is, if he picks up an Uber pool passenger and there's only one passenger in that car for the whole time, it would then be calculated as an Uber X trip. It would be a basic Uber X fare. Hopefully that answers your question, Jay. Like mystery shoppers checking up on us. No, Denise, there isn't anything of that nature. So we don't have mystery drivers. We don't have mystery shoppers. Everybody who you take is definitely a rider. Uber does not send out mystery drivers or mystery people who work for them to say, hey, check on this driver and see if they're doing their job. Or if their performance is up to par, that's not what we do. If something happened from the passenger, false allegations, how would we protect the drivers? We'll go ahead and we'll investigate both sides of the story, George, Matthew. So if something happens, we'll definitely do an investigation, an intense investigation. That's the reason why we have our support center for things of that nature. So we're located here in Hoboken. If you ever want to come into the office, you can. You can definitely go ahead and research that, how to get here. But we do investigations for all of those things. You're definitely safe. Like I said, you can go into your trip history on the trip. You can go ahead and report a serious issue with the rider. So all of that is we take all of that into consideration. So you don't have to worry about that. We do not tax on the paychecks, all right? You get a 1099 form at the end of the year, Chumi. And with that 1099 form, you'll be able to file your taxes at the end of the year. But we don't take the money out because you're an independent sole proprietor. So you're an independent contractor is what I'm saying. So you work for yourself. So you'll just calculate however much money you think you should be putting away for when it comes time to do your taxes next year. If I drop someone in New York City and they want me to come back to Jersey with Cam, can I wait for them? That's a tricky one. Now, how long are they going to be in New York City, right? The thing is that you can do a round trip, all right? But you have to keep that trip running. So, meanwhile, if that person went to, say, for instance, if they went to a store over there, if they went to visit their family, you would have to keep the trip running for the entire time. So, it is not something I do suggest, Mikado. It is something that, you want to be careful with. You can do a round trip. That is fine. You can just keep the app running. But I wouldn't do it in New York City. Hopefully I answered most of you guys' questions. It was nice to do this again. Second time doing a webinar. I really want to get you guys, Uber really wants to get you guys out on the road and start earning some money. It's an easy way to earn money. It's an easy way to, to make connections. So hopefully this encourages you guys to go ahead to make a little extra cash if you do have a full-time job, or to just start earning if you don't have anything. A couple more questions before we end this. All right, so I see I'm answering your questions, guys. Thanks for showing up again. And thank you for everybody who tuned into this webinar. This is pretty cool. Hopefully we can get you on the road and get you started as soon as possible. No problem, Elisha. No problem. I'm glad it can be informative. Can you? I'm sorry, Gus, about the information. The text was sent out at like around 1 or 1:30. I apologize. I apologize if you tuned in a little bit later. But I seen you here last week, so I think that we got everything covered with you, Gus. Sorry about that again. And we are done here, Chumi. I'm going to be logging off, but if anybody has any last minute questions, I'll be willing to answer them before I do log off. All right, so make sure you guys go ahead. You can sign into partners.uber.com or you can go to help.uber.com. It was nice seeing you guys. Thanks again. Tune in next week if you want to come back for more information. And Alicia has another question. What are the best red zone places to work in New Jersey? Where do you live? If you can just go ahead and put that in real quick. But the best places in New Jersey is definitely North Jersey, Morristown, South Jersey, Hoboken. It depends on where you are. But Hudson County, Essex County, Bergen County, Morris County, Union County. Oh, okay. So it's busy in Union County. It's definitely busy in Union County. If you put on your app, I'm pretty sure you'll see that it's some orange areas, it's red areas. You'll definitely get money. Yeah, so you're in Union, you're like by Roselle, Broadway. You'll definitely find Hillside. You'll definitely find trips there. Um, it's it's not hard to actually get trips, honestly. It really isn't. How easy is it to get a um, how easy is it to get a TLC license? All right. So the thing is with the TLC, it's like you gotta go, you gotta do a written test, you gotta do a drug test, a physical, a wheelchair accessible test. So it's a lot of testing involved, and it does cost a lot of money. Honestly, to get the license, you have to do all those tests. It'll take about 6 months to actually receive the license in the mail. It's going to be anywhere, let's say, between $1,200 to $1,500, Gus, to actually obtain that license and all the credentials for it. So we do offer assistance with it in our New York office. So in our New York office, we have a TLC office within that office, and they do offer assistance with that. So if you want to go ahead and get your TLC, I definitely recommend doing it now if that's something you want to do for the future. Just because it takes a lot. It does take a lot. Does Uber still use that window dash sign? We do not. So you don't need a window sign or a window dash sign for Uber. All you have to do is go ahead and have the correct plate number. The riders are able to see you by your name, your photo, your car, the model, as well as the plate number on your car. That's how they're able to identify with you. So you really don't need any signage. Um, your plate number is suitable. Right. And I think that is all. Once again, I thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Uh, if you do have any questions or any more information that is needed, you can go to the links that I provided in the comment section, which are help.uber.com, as well as partners.uber.com. It was a pleasure today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys.